Alright, I really hope I'm not about to get arrested for what I'm about to do here. So the story with this is that while I was going to college at my university, I wanted to have a better impact on the land. So at one point I asked the dean if I could plant some trees on school property. There are a lot of trees here, but there's also a lot of lawn, and in my opinion, it's wasted space. So I just wanted to plant some trees, some native varieties, and maybe even some fruit trees. So when I talked to the dean about it, he said it sounded like a great idea, and he wanted me to submit a plan to him. So a few days later, I submitted a plan through email, and I got no response. So I was thinking, there's no possible way that he's ignoring me, right? So I emailed him again and again, no response every time. There was a patch of hemlock trees right next to the parking lot of the school that were cut down. Now, I was a bit confused by this because my university claims to be very eco-friendly and good for the environment. We have biodegradable sporks in our cafeteria. Our napkins are made of 70% recycled materials. Then, about a year later, they put a pipeline through the property because they would get money for it, and I was not happy. Now, I let it slide. One of the stories my dad told me about this university is that when he went here, there was a bunch of old-growth forests. And while he was going to school here, they had clear-cut all of it in order to build a road, a back entrance to the school. While they were digging the foundation for the gymnasium that was new at the time, my dad, being the person he was, jumped the caution line and started looking around for arrowheads. And not only did he find arrowheads, he also found pottery and other artifacts. He took them to the dean at the time and said, hey, let's get the anthropology team out there so that way they can find like real local historical artifacts. And the dean said no. And they built the gymnasium anyway. At a later time, my dad found out that if word would have gotten out that there were artifacts and, possibly a whole village buried in the ground there, it might have halted the construction project. For all we know, that gymnasium is sitting on native bones. So to see this stuff happening with the pipeline and refusing to return the landscape to what it was before it was colonized is a little hard to bear. I didn't do anything about it at first because I didn't want to make any waves, but I'm over it. I don't care anymore. I've waited years and years for things to just start getting better, and I'm sick and tired of it. I just want to plant stuff. I'm not asking permission anymore. If they cut it down, I'll plant 2 more. If they cut those down, I'll plant even more with vegetables and sunflowers. If they clear all that away, I'll plant bamboo. Good luck getting rid of that. More aggressive Homo sapiens means planting more aggressive vegetation. Now this, and all the secrecy, planting at night, I don't even know if it's necessary. Honestly, I could probably go up there any day of the week, and as long as I wore a neon safety vest and looked like I knew what I was doing, I don't think anybody would even notice. But I also know I live in an area where people don't have the same mindset that I do, and sometimes they can see it as threatening. So, in order to protect myself, here I am, planting in secrecy. In order to combat the hypocrisy, I'm going to plant a chestnut tree right in their front yard. This is more of a test to see how people will react to it. If they leave it alone, if they even notice it. I'm actually feeling kind of nervous right now. One of the things I didn't think about was all of the street lights. I think I got a good spot. There's no trees, so it'll get plenty of sunlight, and it's right in the middle of everything. I think the biggest concern right now is that people, if somebody does happen to roll up, they might have questions as to why I'm alone out here with a pickaxe in the middle of the night. Got a little LED light stick connected to a battery pack. It's actually working pretty good for me. That is a fine looking tree. It wasn't there 20 minutes ago. I removed the label and I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna leave the bamboo for now, just to make sure that it stays strong enough. I brought a lot of water to this thing anyway, but the roots felt a bit dry, or at least drier than what I would hope to have if I were a tree. That should be enough. I'm just gonna let that drain out the rest of the way so that way it doesn't spill on my car. Take it down just one last time. And it's mostly straight. It's about as good as it's gonna get. Alright, so all in all, not a bad experience. Sort of as I expected. Basically, there's nobody here. Nobody cares. They will probably drive past the tree tomorrow on their way to work / school and not even notice that the tree is there. The only people that might notice are people that mow the grass here. I was feeling super nervous about coming out here, but honestly, I think I was just making a big deal about nothing. I'm still gonna wear this just in case, but I haven't seen a single person out here. Honestly, I could probably plant 2 or 3 more trees if I really wanted to, except that I don't have that many trees on hand right now. I might even come back to this spot. I really enjoyed this experience, and I hope I get to do it again real soon and share it with you. Thanks for watching.